California Petite State Director Dania Denise here, and this video is just for my married ladies. I think we need to have a little chat. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but regardless, I hope you stick to it to the end because I feel like I need to reach out to this particular division of women. I'm not married, but I do practice common sense, and I feel like you don't technically have to be married to be able to do this video on this topic about why I would encourage you, if you are a married woman and 5'6" or shorter, to do California Petite. I've been working on this pageant since last year, and I've met a lot of wonderful women and young ladies, and I've been scouting. I will always approach someone that I feel has a great look, they're petite, they're short, and has, just good energy. I'll approach them and introduce myself, give them a flyer, and hope that they register and become a contestant in the competition. But what I do notice is that because this concept of a pageant for shorter women, for women of all ages and walks of life, is fairly brand new, it's gonna take some time to convince, for lack of a better word, certain women that this could be something fun for them to try, especially if they've been told most of their whole life that they shouldn't do it. So if you're one of those people who has been thinking about it, you've seen the posts we've been doing, you see the social media updates and the flyers, and you're kind of toying with the idea, but you're not sure if you want to pull the trigger, I came up with just a very short list of reasons why some married women in particular may be telling themselves to not do this pageant. And I'm going to counteract those points with my reasons why I think you should. So, number one, I'm too old. No, you're not. We have a Mrs. Division for a reason, and while women of all ages do get married, in this particular competition we set the age range at 30 and up. We've had contestants at the national level for USA Petite who were in their 40s and 50s. There's a reason why we don't set a maximum age limit. As long as you're married, you pretty much meet the requirement right there. Now, I will say that if you are younger than 30 and you're married, for California Petite, we've actually decided to just automatically put you in the Mrs. Division. I know that sometimes they'll kind of bend the rules a little bit and move contestants around. You might be in the Ms. Division, which is the MS Division, but for our purposes, we want to keep it simple. You spent the money on a beautiful wedding and you've got a great ring and an awesome partner, so let's just toss you into the Mrs. Division. So if you're worried about being too old, we're not worried about it because we would love to have you regardless of your age. And as they say, you're only as young as you feel, or as old as you feel, or whatever the saying is. But I'm just going to drive the point home. If you're thinking you're too old, for California Petite to be in the Mrs. Division, trust me, you're not. And we would be more than welcome and honored to have you be a part of our team. So, reason number two for not wanting to do a pageant, possibly, is I don't want to be in a swimsuit. Neither do I. It's, I do modeling and stuff, and there's swimsuits involved, and I don't like doing it. But the good news is that for the Mrs. Division, we don't have a swimsuit portion for the onstage competition. The teen, the Miss, and the Ms. Division do compete in swimwear, but for the Mrs. Division specifically, and this is the same for USA Petite, we have the Fun Fashion Division. Now, this is your opportunity to let out your inner supermodel. You will be doing this part on stage, and it'll be right after the swimwear portion for the other three divisions. But when it's your turn as a Mrs. Contestant, you will be picking an outfit of your choice that shows your fashion sense, that makes you feel beautiful and amazing and feminine and powerful, and there's really no requirement for what that looks like. We're not saying you have to do a certain color or style no, it's up to you. It is called Fun Fashion for a reason because we want you to have fun modeling that outfit on stage and showing the judges your personality and wowing the audience with your stage presence. We all know what outfit or outfits we have that as soon as we put it on, we own the world. And that's what we want you to have as a Mrs. Contestant. A lot of Mrs. Contestants have had kids. It's not mandatory. You don't have to have had kids to be in the Mrs. Division. But we certainly understand the real world concept of, that self-confidence and maybe not being quite as confident to show off your body in a swimsuit. And we're not going to put that pressure on Mrs. Contestants. Now, if you're a Mrs. Contestant and you've had a bunch of kids and you look amazing, more power to you. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to showcase that swimwear body at our competition. However, you can show it in other ways, like picking an outfit that really flatters that figure and just shows off your wonderful curves and everything else about you that just makes you amazing from head to toe. So if you're concerned about having to be in swimwear as a Mrs. Contestant, don't, because you're not going to be required to be in a swimsuit. Our next reason, I can't afford it. This honestly applies for any division, for any pageant contestant. There's entry fees, there are costs involved for a reason, which ties into one of the other videos that I did recently. But that's what sponsors are for. We see people posting online for stuff every day to raise money for various different things, whether it's charity or to help them with a certain goal in life. This could be one of those things. Even if you got a little bit of money from a bunch of your friends and family, it will quickly add up. And there's a reason why we encourage sponsorship and why we provide you with resources and tips and tricks and things as an accepted contestant that's going to help you hopefully lessen the cost. And we're always going to find ways to be cost effective. I'm your state director. I'm here to help take care of you in that regard and help you feel good about these things. So there's no reason why you can't reach out if you need a little bit of help in terms of maybe finding resources to get sponsorship or trying to understand the costs involved and why they're so important to the pageant. So if you feel you can't afford it, you've already beaten yourself at the possibility of experiencing something great. If you have people that believe in you and that want to help you, you'll find the way to raise the funds. Trust me, if that was the case, if cost was such a big deal, we wouldn't have a lot of young ladies doing pageants in general. And there are pageants much more expensive than California Petite. I've done them. I can tell you it was not easy. But we try to make it as cost effective as possible within the region that we're in Northern California. And again, this is open to all residents of California. So, hey, SoCal, if you're concerned about cost, be mindful of it, but don't let it be the only reason that it holds you back from even at least registering to see if you could be accepted. That kind of leads me into the next thing, which is a common reason that people, especially Mrs. contestants, might find to not participate is, I don't have the time. There's not enough hours in the day. I've got kids, I work full time, I participate in a bunch of stuff. When can I find time for this pageant? And to that, I will say this, as with anything in life, if you really want something, if it matters to you, you make the time. We started promoting this pageant last year, and it was for the purpose of putting it on people's radars and giving you deadlines and timelines well in advance so that you knew it wasn't going to be a surprise that, oh my gosh, this pageant's in April, why do I not know? I'm not prepared. We give you enough of a heads up to prepare to be available. We send you information and updates on a regular basis if you're accepted as a contestant. And even just in social media in general, we're always promoting and talking about the due dates and when things are going to happen, such as the mandatory orientation on March 24th, such as reminding you of the pageant weekend competition, which is April 13th through the 15th. And if you are able to manage all the other things in your life, again, think about it. We're asking for 1 day of your time in March for the orientation. It's 1 day commitment. And we're also asking for a weekend, which I know sounds crazy in this day and age of just so much going on. But you've got enough of a head start to know if you can take time off work if you work on the weekends, or to get a babysitter, or to just ask people that you know can help you to help you, reach this goal of competing. And then, of course, there's the whole concept of if you win and then any time that's spent and required later on that year, cross that bridge when it comes. Don't get so far ahead of yourself that you're busy predicting the time that you don't already have when you haven't even registered and you haven't even been accepted as a contestant. Cross those bridges when they come and take those baby steps, and it won't be as stressful as you're making it out to be, I promise you. We're here to help you, whether you're a contestant, whether you end up winning and we take you to nationals. You're going to have the support system that's going to be there for you every step of the way. And that leads me to the last point that I'm going to make so that this video doesn't go on too terribly long. I don't have the support system. I tell people I want to do it and they tell me it's stupid. They tell me don't do it for this, that, or the other reason. I don't think I should. I don't think my family will support it. What I can say to that is we will support you. We are a sisterhood, as cliche as that sounds. There's a reason why pageant girls are so tight. It is because we believe in one another, we help each other, and we support one another. And I can tell you it's not easy if you are pursuing something that you are not getting support from at home. It is incredibly difficult and challenging. I will not say that it's not, because it is. But if you choose to pull that trigger and you put together your resources and your money and your time and you invest in yourself and you do this pageant, even if you have naysayers, we will be there rooting for you. Whether you place or not, whether you win or not, just to be a part of Team California Petite, you will have a huge family extension of support. And at the end of the day, you will have somebody rooting for you, and it'll be us. And so I hope that you find comfort in thinking about that. And if you're the type of family member, I'm just speaking to the other people now, that you're not supportive and you're negative and you just think about the pageant stigma and you just put your friend, your spouse, whatever, you put them down, uh, you're not doing them any favors as a human being, because we all should be given the chance to try things, especially outside of our comfort zone. You don't have anything to lose. So support them. If your wife is amazing and you know she's amazing, and pageantry can be one other way for her to showcase that, support her. If she's having doubts, encourage her. Tell her all the reasons why she deserves to be on that stage and why she should be a contestant. If you want to show your kids, lead by example. I had a Mrs. Contestant who said she wanted to do it because she wanted to show her daughter that she could. Do you need a better reason than that? I mean, even if you've got boys, I'm not saying throw them in a pageant, but if you've got little people that are your kids that are looking up to you and they're watching you on this journey of being an adult, of being their parent, why not show them how empowered you can be by doing something for yourself, and that directly benefits them, because then they get to cheer you on when they go to the finale stage show and they get to see you do your thing on stage in front of everybody. And I just feel like that's going to be the greatest adrenaline rush, to know that your family, friends, and your supporters and your fans are going to be there for you. And even if the people that you want to support you aren't, the people that matter will be there. And those are the people that are important. And those are the people that you want to have in your life. And I hope that myself and my team and the other contestants can be a part of that extension of your support system. Married ladies, I can only imagine the amount of obligations and commitments and just being pulled and stretched so thin that the concept of being a part of a pageant might be mind-boggling to you. But I will say that you get out of it what you put in. If you go into it with an open mind and an open heart and you're ready to make new friends and just have that girl power experience, it's going to be worth it regardless of how the outcome is. As long as you come away with it knowing that you are the best version of yourself that you could be. Heck, it might even motivate you to want to do it next year. A lot of girls do one pageant and they get the bug and they continue to want to compete simply because they know that it gives them an opportunity each year to just get better and improve and build on those skills and just enjoy the concept of being a part of something that's bigger than themselves. And if you're married, it doesn't mean that your life has to be different or change, or that pageants can't apply to you, because they can. And the reason why I did this video and why this video is still going so long is because I just wholeheartedly believe in giving people opportunities to just be amazing. And if you've got a ring and you've already entered into this next chapter, that doesn't mean that these other chapters are then closed. If anything, embrace this opportunity that's being provided to you to register and try something fun and new and different. And if you've done pageants in the past when you were younger and you've never done them since then, this is another chance to maybe do your last hurrah and just have a chance to see if you still got it. And we would love to see you bring it. So register sooner than later. Orientation is coming up on March 24th. The pageant weekend is coming up April 13th through the 15th. Don't think about it, be about it. And go to the website, misscaliforniapetite.com/register.